A warm welcome to AD4TV Radio News Update, coming to you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. I am Chukwudi Okoliubaja. Due to coronavirus concerns, the Indonesian island of Bali will not open to foreign tourists for the rest of the year. Earlier, authorities of the popular holiday destination had said foreign visitors would be allowed to return from next month. Well, that plan has been scrapped over concerns about Indonesia's mounting COVID-19 cases. The development has renewed worries about the effect on residents in an economy heavily dependent on tourism. To some good news on the continent, Africa is to be declared free from wild polio. That's according to the Africa Regional Certification Commission. Polio affects children under 5, sometimes leading to irreversible paralysis. Death can also occur when breathing muscles are affected. 25 years ago, thousands of children in Africa were paralyzed by the virus. There is no cure, but the polio vaccine protects children for life. The disease is now found in Afghanistan and Pakistan only. And in Nigeria, following plans to resume the rollout of digital switchover DSL, the Nigerian government says there will be no more subsidies either on set-top boxes or signal carriage. At a DigiTeam meeting to foster dialogue among stakeholders in the DSO architecture, the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, who disclosed this in Abuja, said that while the government is sourcing for money to pay outstanding debts and restart the DSO rollout, the process will be fully driven by the private sector. Meanwhile, Nigeria's Bureau of Statistics, NBS, has revealed that the country's gross domestic product, GDP, shrunk by 6% in the second quarter of 2020. NBS says that all GDP contracted by negative 6.63% from 5.06% in the first quarter and 5.15% in the second half of 2019. Non-oil GDP, on the other hand, contracted by negative 6.05% from 1.55% in the first quarter of 2020 and 1.64% in the second quarter of 2019. According to NBS, this is the first time that Nigeria will record a negative growth since its exit from recession in 2016. The decline was attributed to significant low levels of both domestic and international economic activity during the quarter, which emanated from the nationwide lockdown towards containing the spread of COVID-19. We take a break now. When we return, Nigerian government borrows food from ECOWAS. Stay with us. Details coming up shortly.
As the world faces the challenge of the coronavirus pandemic and governments around the world are racing against time, AD4TV Radio thanks you all for doing your part to stop the spread of the disease. Be safe at home and practice hygiene. Protect yourself and others. Do not panic. Do not self-medicate. Listen to all preventive advice and stay at home, as well as maintain social distancing.
Say no to fake news. Get authentic updates from the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, the Federal Ministry of Health, the NCDC, and of course, AD4TV Radio, your reliable and credible channel. Please stay safe to save others.
Welcome back. You're watching AD4TV Radio News Update. The Nigerian government says it borrowed over 5,000 metric tons of grain from the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, to feed its citizens. The Minister of State for Agriculture and Rural Development, Mustapha Baba Shehuri, was speaking while receiving the 3,999,000 tons of cereals donated to Nigeria by ECOWAS. Shehuri says it's been agreed that the 5,000 metric tons of assorted grains loaned from ECOWAS would be paid back on a grain-for-grain basis, as modalities had been put in place to replenish the stock taken from ECOWAS before the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. And taking it to royalty, 5 traditional rulers from Numan Federation and Southern Adamawa paid a courtesy call on Dr. Daniel Ismail Ashaga, who emerged the ruler of Bachama Kingdom in Adamawa State, northeastern Nigeria. The visiting rulers expressed joy at his coronation and support for the progress of the people of Adamawa State. In response, Dr. Shaga welcomed the monarchs and promised to work peacefully, noting that he needed counsel from everyone. The new monarch had served and retired as Director of Finance and Administration at the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in Nigeria. His emergence followed an election by 8 out of 10 kingmakers and subsequent approval from the governor of Adamawa State, Ahmadu Fintiri, after the death of Honest Remiya Stephen, the 28th ruler of Bachama Kingdom.
Safety. Where you have many advisors of righteous blend, you are guaranteed safety if you take the right advice. I have found myself in the midst of experienced royalties. People that have been there before me, that have seen it before me, that have seen all. So I am indeed the luckiest of all of them. Because some of them learned to drive while they were on the driver's seat. Now I'm going to be taught how to drive while I'm sitting and doing nothing. I will receive counsel from all of you that are here. And even those that are not here, I will receive counsel from all of you.
From the world of academics, education is not only for children, the vibrant youth, or the rich. It is open to anyone and everyone, including the adults who have missed out in an early opportunity to study. Adult education is distinct from child education. It is a practice in which adults engage in systematic and sustained self-educating activities in order to gain new forms of knowledge, skills, attitudes, or values. AD4TV radio crew talked to some Nigerians on adult education.
In Nigeria, there is space for those who missed early education. Okay, though there is no clear national strategic policy on adult education as such, but I know that in tertiary institutions in Nigeria, they do have Center for Continued Education. Yes, so that provides platform for those who can further education probably while working, or those who could not provide or could not have sponsorship during their growing up stages. So they could work and also go to school at the same time. So those kind of centers for continuous education provide such platform. So somehow, yes, they do exist, they're not very much pronounced.
For people to go to school because there's no limited time for education. Now, people there, we know that there are distant learning, institute of higher learning, and you have adult education, which does exist in the under Ministry of Education. So I think that's fair enough for whoever wants to go to school at any age, because there's no boundaries or no time limit or anything, but limiting anyone getting education at any point in time.
Age is just a number, according to a popular saying. The human brain is capable of comprehending anything, whatever the stage is in life. Still on education, even though primary education is officially free and compulsory, about 10.5 million children in Nigeria between the ages of 5 and 14 years are not in school. Only 61% of 6 to 11-year-olds regularly attend primary school, and only 35.6% of children aged between 36 and 59 months receive early childhood education. It is believed that none of the literacy efforts attempted in Nigeria so far have produced the desired results, and millions of children are still out of school. Why do we still have out-of-school children on the streets? Here's what some Nigerians have to say on that.
We still have that there because there wasn't much stakeholders. These stakeholders involves community, local community, community heads. And it is with the help of this community head that we'll be able to know exactly the route for the cause. It's based on that we still have to go back to that community. We'll go back to the community heads, the traditional rulers, the community heads, have a stakeholders consultation with the state governors, commissioners, and other people that are involved. By that, we'll be able to achieve what we want to achieve.
We must commend the government because they are trying that, especially in terms of making this free education. But one of the ways we can help to bring up these children is we can be able to create awareness, understand? And then programs like this on how we can encourage the parents to bring the children, and then we do orientation, we tell them the importance of education, and I believe with that it's going to help the children, those that are out of school, especially those that are hawking, it's going to help them. So what they need right now is just to create an awareness. So I think that's what they need now.
Remember, coronavirus is real. Ensure you wash your hands regularly. Use alcohol-based hand sanitizers. Wear your masks besides maintaining social distancing. That's it for AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. You can join the conversation on our website at www.ad4tvradio.com. Please follow us on our social media platforms at AD4TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at AD4TV Radio as well. Many thanks for watching. I am Chukwudi Okoliubaja.
We love you, AD4 TV Radio.